Hey Boosters, it's great to see all of you. One of the things that we try to do in many of these messages is leave you with some kind of leadership principle. And there's no doubt when we look at the world around us today that there are many people who are individuals that are doing power plays to become successful. People who are trying to move up the top of the organizational chart and make their way into circles of influence, not to make a difference in the lives of others, but more for the purpose of bettering themselves. And, when we look at Jesus, he said that success is measured in being a servant. As a matter of fact, we find that there's a story in the Bible, and this is my paraphrase of that, where he scooped up a child into his arms, and at that moment he turned to the crowd and said, if you really want to be great, you need to be willing to lower yourself to the level of this child. You need to be willing to be a servant. Now, obviously, when you minister to a child, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're always going to be an individual that's going to get a great name, or you're going to have someone put the article in the newspaper because you happen to help a child out. And that was Jesus' point. Jesus' point was, it's not about you, it's about others. Jesus himself had amazing authority, and yet he did not use that authority to coerce or manipulate. He loved people, he served people, he died for people. As a matter of fact, one of the great illustrations of his love for us is found in the story of washing his disciples' feet. After a long day, he was ready to have one last meal with them. And, in that day in Palestine, there's all the dirt and grime of the road that gets on one's feet. And they were carrying that into the meal that night. And the first thing that needed to be done was the washing of feet. And typically a servant did that. But instead Jesus did. He took a towel and a basin, and he washed his disciples' feet. He got rid of all the gunk of the day from their lives before they sat down and ate together. And after he had done that, he stood up and he looked them in the eyes and he said, I have set you an example to follow. And so, my friends, I want to make a challenge to you today. And that is this. As you go out into the world and you engage people, whether it happens to be your family, whether it happens to be those you work with, those you go to school with, whomever it may be, I want to challenge you to try to do all that you can to not make those moments about yourself, but rather use them to invest in others. Be a servant, because that's where greatness is found. God bless, and have a great day.